Hey, it's Laura with TrueWell, and today we're answering the question, are nightshades inflammatory and can they be part of an anti-inflammatory diet? So when searching for anti-inflammatory food lists to include and to avoid, some lists include nightshade vegetables, wheat, dairy, and soy, among several others, while others stand firmly against it. And this can make it very hard to determine which foods you should actually include or exclude from your diet if you're trying to go anti-inflammatory. Now, although the answer isn't cut and dried, this guide may help determine if you should avoid them or continue eating nightshades due to possible inflammation. So starting out with anecdotal evidence, this has kind of led to a widespread misconception concerning the nightshade family of vegetables. And common conditions that are connected would include rheumatoid arthritis, other autoimmune conditions, inflammatory conditions like IBS and IBD, and then other chronic diseases. As a result, many people have eliminated them from their diets because of claims that they're pro-inflammatory. Now, with all that conflicting information about nightshades and inflammation out there, it's no surprise that many individuals doubt whether nightshades are healthy or not. So let's discuss what nightshades are and how they could be harmful or beneficial to your health. So nightshades are a part of a plant family that contain over 2,500 species, most of which are not even edible and are poisonous. Many foods that are nightshades are consumed worldwide and are a mainstay in many cuisines. The most common edible nightshades include potatoes, white and other colored varieties, but not sweet potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, which include bell peppers, pimento, chili peppers, other hot peppers, and all of the seasonings that you can imagine that include those in them, paprika, curry powders, eggplant, goji berries, ground cherries, ashwagandha, and okra. Now, all of these are highly nutritious and frequently recommended to maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle. However, nightshade vegetables also include certain toxic substances that may cause health issues for some individuals. Alkaloids, which are nitrogen-containing compounds present in the leaves, the stems, and the edible parts of the plants, are found in all nightshades. These are poisonous substances produced by the plant to defend it against mold and pests. However, eating nightshade vegetables provides tons of nutrients that are high in antioxidants and have several health advantages. For example, tomatoes are high in biotin, potassium, iron, and zinc, among other vitamins and minerals. Tomatoes also contain potent compounds such as the antioxidant lycopene and anthocyanins, which reduce the risk of heart disease and cancer. The eggplant is used in many diets, like the Mediterranean diet. It's high in fiber, potassium, and vitamins B1, B6, and vitamin K. Peppers are high in vitamin A and C, potassium, and folic acid, promoting iron absorption. And potatoes offer potassium, which acts as powerful stroke prevention. It enhances bone health, and it reduces stress. Potatoes also provide nutritional value in the form of fiber, vitamin C, and vitamin B6. So why do people avoid nightshades? Well, one of the most prevalent reasons people avoid nightshades is a fear that the meals may promote inflammation. Although there is no conclusive studies to back it up, some people experience decreased joint pain when they avoid eating them. Potatoes were connected to digestive troubles in animal experiments and some short research, which were primarily applicable when the potatoes were fried. This was especially true in animals prone to gastrointestinal inflammation. As some people with diseases like irritable bowel disease are, it may cause intestinal irritation in humans as well. The alkaloids present in some nightshades could be harmful to some. Some feel that the nightshades aggravate inflammatory disorders by exacerbating that associated symptoms such as joint pain, inflammation, and the digestive difficulties. However, it's crucial to note that regularly consumed nightshade vegetables such as tomatoes, bell peppers, potatoes, and eggplants have exceptionally small quantities of those toxic chemicals, making them safe to ingest. Whereas to acquire actual alkaloid poisoning, a healthy adult would need to consume a whole pound of totally green potatoes to acquire alkaloid poisoning, as the green areas possess the most alkaloids in potatoes. So who should actually avoid nightshades then? So modern nightshades cause sensitivity in some people, but nightshades are not intrinsically inflammatory. It's only that certain people are intolerant of them. Nightshade plants may cause a mild intolerance in some people due to their inability to digest them thoroughly. Gas, bloating, and diarrhea are standard in people with food intolerance. They may experience exhaustion and joint discomfort in more challenging physical situations. Now, also to note is that allergies due to nightshade plants are pretty uncommon, but they are possible. Now, if you have an autoimmune disorder such as inflammatory bowel disease, a group of autoimmune diseases marked by inflammation of the digestive system, you should consider eliminating them, as well as grains that have gluten, from your diet to see if your symptoms improve. So, how do you know if you're intolerant to nightshades? So, a nightshade sensitivity is not the same as an actual food allergy. Instead, it's essentially an intolerance, which means that your body's unable to properly digest particular foods, resulting in a variety of symptoms. If you suspect that you have a nightshade sensitivity or allergy, consider maintaining a food diary and then regularly tracking your symptoms. If you feel like you're intolerant to nightshades, then go ahead and eliminate those nightshade foods for at least 4 weeks from your diet, and then you can add them into your diet for 1 to 2 days to just kind of observe whether the symptoms reappear and then evaluate those changes. Now, in that instance that you actually have a true nightshade allergy, you should not eat them at all. And you might even consider consulting a doctor or dietitian to figure out how to make good substitutions for nightshades in your diet. Now, the way to know that you're truly allergic to nightshades is to go to a doctor where they can diagnose this with diagnostic tests like a skin prick test or even a blood test like RAST or ELISA, in which a doctor takes the blood to test and check if there are IgE or IgG antibodies associated with the particular allergens. So the symptoms of an intolerance or food allergies to nightshades can include digestive problems, gastrointestinal disorders, hives, skin irritations, excess mucus production, painful joints, and inflammation. And this list isn't all inclusive. It's important to know your own body and understand the symptoms that could be occurring. So how do you know if you're just sensitive to nightshades? Again, the best way to begin an anti-inflammatory diet and know if you have a food sensitivity or food allergy is to do an elimination diet. Also, a side note is that just because one vegetable in this family may prove to be an allergy or sensitivity does not mean that all vegetables in this family will for you. So the takeaway here is that nightshade vegetables are high in nutrients, and really more research will be needed to consider them as the causative agents for increased inflammation or other arthritic symptoms in everyone. There are, on the other hand, certain people who have a medical history or have dietary allergies. From a scientific perspective, even the Cleveland Clinic, as well as the Arthritis Foundation, have taken the stance that since nightshades are a nutritious addition, you should keep them in your diet unless you have a known intolerance or allergy to them. So bottom line is that they are absolutely a part of an anti-inflammatory diet unless you have specific conditions, specific allergies, or known intolerances to any of those foods that fall within that nightshade category. To learn more about an anti-inflammatory diet and get started, check out my anti-inflammatory diet for beginners video that goes through all of that information and helps you get started really quickly on an anti-inflammatory diet. Be true, be well, and I'll see you in the next video.